What is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
I just killed a dog!
Today we're back, and with Foster the Canadian, me, your host, GreyShamrock, and our good friend PJ, as he goes by FatGreekBoy. How are you, FatGreekBoy?
Fat Greek man now.
It's true.
Yeah, he had birthday recently.
Oh, happy birthday, my good friend. And how are you,
I can officially do things that were illegal recently.
And you
Like
still have-
vote.
Oh my
Look, man, I remember when I was like 17 years old illegally voting. Gave me such a rush.
Hardcore.
Oh,
Going against the politicians.
Oh man, it's like, who do I vote for this time? This is crazy.
I'm gonna vote for the guy that has just the strategic advantage and that will help our country the most. Yeah, what's up? That's how the hood rolls in Canada. What's up?
Yeah.
So,
Alright, so
Andy,
I caused a
Foster.
crash.
Yes, you did cause a crash, and what happened there?
no.
I'm going to
You
sue
didn't start. You didn't cause
I
a
caused
crash.
a car crash.
Did you apologize at least?
No, I was afraid. Alright, so here's what happened. I was actually vlogging at the time, and I was going to, I don't even know, what it was is I wanted to go on an adventure. I went down a road that I'd never been down before, and I come to a crosswalk, and I'm like, oh, I want to cross the street. Boop. So I hit the little button to cross, and it made a weird noise. It wasn't like the bleep, bleep that it normally was. Instead, it was like, and I was like, that's weird. That made a weird noise. I'm going to keep hitting the button. And then all of a sudden, all the lights stopped working, and they started flashing red.
Oh, God.
And none of the cars knew what to do. So there were people like honking at each other, waving for each other to go. There were lots of people yelling. And then this dude drove up, and he had like kids screaming in the back seat. And then people started looking at me like, go, you need to go. So I turned back and started to walk home. And I waited like 5 minutes to go back there. And I pointed my camera up. I'm like, well, what do we do here, guys? And then I walked on. And I was like, yeah, I think I caused that. But whatever. I continued on.
What happened to the guy in the van?
The guy in
what
the
did
van, he just had like kids screaming and whatnot. And I guess he went on afterwards after I left. So I continue on. I get to the store. I buy a Beaver Buzz. You know, I continue vlogging. Oh, look at me! I'm so weird. I'm a vlogger. And then I get back to the intersection. I go the same way home, and I see a car that's smoking,
Oh, God.
and its hood is all messed up. There was, I guess, a collision. One car was trying to turn while the other was going forward. They hit each other, and the dude's engine caught fire.
Damn.
And I'm vlogging, and I'm like, oh,
Unsub Foster the Canadian. Unsub, he causes car crashes and drinks Beaver Buzz.
So I go and I didn't know what to do in the vlog, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna call my mom. And then I went and I called 911, and they called officials out to come fix the lights or whatever. But the point is, I caused a car accident.
Well,
But inadvertently,
yeah.
by hitting those buttons. Those cars wouldn't have crashed in if I didn't hit that button a bunch of times.
Yeah, that wasn't you. That was a problem with
was
their
me.
machine.
That
It
was
was
the problem
me.
with the drivers. Who's the
I've
idiot?
caused all this chaos and destruction. It's all on me.
Foster, it was the driver's problem. I mean, usually you're supposed to be able to figure this stuff out. What was it, like you said an intersection, so they're supposed to know what to do. I mean, you don't have to depend on lights, of course.
I broke the lights.
You did.
I broke the lights.
You did.
I broke the city lights, and I caused the engine to catch fire.
It's all your fault. Yep, we all know. Unsub Foster.
Then I went home and blew up an orphanage.
Oh God.
But
No,
yeah.
not the lights.
That's kind of his thing. He blows up orphanages. I was there with him once. He made me an accessory to the crime.
I see.
Yeah. So that was a bit of an interesting vlog, I guess.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, what? Like, is it every day that you cause a car crash or what?
Well, for me, it's like every other day, but that's mostly because women are driving by and they're like, "Oh, who's that handsome devil?" Ah! And then they die.
Yeah, of course. Man, I'm tired. So, Did you guys want to talk about Grand Theft Auto 5 or Battlefield 4? Do you guys either of you play Grand Theft Auto at all?
I want to talk about Dynasty Warriors 8.
Don't know what that is.
I haven't owned a single Dynasty Warriors game. I played demos when I was young.
I played a demo too, so I'm an expert on the series. Now, Dynasty Warriors, I don't want to talk about that.
All right.
They're very bad games. I don't know how they still exist.
I don't know why people play demos. I mean, you're not getting the full game. I can see like, oh, well, I don't have that much money, so I really can't buy the game, so I'm just gonna play the demo. But I don't know. I just feel incomplete on the inside whenever I play a demo.
The point of the demo is to try it before you buy it.
No, it's to not.
That's the entire point of the demo.
No, not this demo.
It's a promotion to get people to buy the game.
It's not a promotion if I feel incomplete.
I think it's just like basically it's a free game that doesn't have an ending or a beginning.
Yeah, I hate that. Like, that makes me feel incomplete.
Yeah, you go and you write your review and you're like, this game sucks. It didn't start or end. It just had a middle and it lasted 20 minutes. What the hell?
I hated it. I deleted it right after, and then I realized it was the demo. So that made it even worse because that's the full version must not be better because I'm saying this.
The demo is supposed to be better than the full game.
That's why
because
we have demos.
If the full game is so great, then how come more people download the demo than buy the game?
Right. It's like Minecraft. Why would people buy the actual game? You have the demo.
Don't talk crap about Minecraft.
I love Minecraft.
You're not allowed to say anything bad. We're YouTubers here. We're not allowed to say anything bad about our
people.
I'm under 100 subs.
More people get the demos in the game because sometimes they decide they don't like the demo. So what's the point of getting the game?
Well, in my case, if I hate the demo, I will buy the game to prove them wrong.
What?
Speaking nonsense here. I personally don't mind. I don't like demos. I just don't. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 5, no demo. There shouldn't be a demo. There should be the full game and a collector's edition game, and that's it. I mean, what if it was
because why test a game out
had demos?
when you can just go spend $60 or $100 on it,
or $120 US, and that's US. But why not? Like, hear me out here. Why not get the game, buy it? I mean, and then if you don't like it, return it.
Why do they even have commercials for products? Why don't we just go and test them all out? Like, I don't know
test shampoo out in the actual, like...
Exactly. Just like, well, look, I've never seen a commercial for this. I don't know what it is. I'm going to take it home, and I'm either going to wash myself with it or I'm going to eat it. But I'm going to figure this crap out.
I don't think you're supposed to wash yourself with a
fruit smoothie?
A fruit smoothie, yeah. I don't think you're supposed to wash yourself with that.
Yeah, but it's all like trial and error. That's why I hate commercials, because they don't let me do the trial and error. They tell me what a product is, and I don't get to figure out what it is on my own. And that's the whole fun of buying things. I bought a headset and urinated into it for 3 days.
What the hell? Why exactly?
Because it looked like that's what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I didn't see any commercial.
Looks like a Triton headset, I bet.
Oh, you know, Tritons are pretty damn nifty.
No, they're not. They're crap.
No, they are nifty.
Astros are nifty.
Foster once had a nightmare about bugs, and now every time before he talks to me, he checks his headset for bugs.
Look, I had a night. Well, not really a nightmare. I had a dream that I put on my headset, and there were like a bunch of centipedes and millipedes, and they were like squirming into my ear, along with the things from Star Trek 2. Wrath of Khan, not the... Anyway. So... It freaked me out. Now every time I pick up my headset, I've got to check it thoroughly. It's very terrifying.
See,
I had that new Star Trek movie ruined for me by the commercial.
See? No commercials!
Yes!
Yeah, I hate that about... I think that the director of the movie should direct the commercial. Because when you get these marketing guys directing the commercial, they're just going to show like these main plot points and like the best parts of the movie to get more people to go there, but that ruins the movie.
Well, it's like they never actually say it, but it only took... If anybody who knows Star Trek enough sees this one image, immediately. It's like
Let's not spoil it for the people listening to this. By the way,
Oh, you're not
just
spoiling
don't
it.
watch. If you haven't seen the movie yet, don't watch the trailer. Go watch the movie.
Yeah, because trailers are like demos. What's the point of them?
You just keep going back to this demo thing.
Yep, I am. It's like samples. I hate samples too. Like sample shampoo. Like who needs shampoo? Or
All right.
samples of
for
shampoo.
the actual shampoo.
No.
You need a sample so you can clean your hair.
No. No.
This woman was trying to hand out samples of these crackers at the store, and I got so upset I peed on her.
What the hell, Fox?
It's like, what are you doing? Samples are evil.
Yes, crackers.
You pee on a lot of things because they're evil and they don't make sense to you.
No, the headset wasn't evil, just misunderstood.
Oh, okay.
Those heads, hey, they're Tritons. They deserved it.
Hey!
I'm gonna hate on Tritons this whole podcast. You'll see. I'll be coming back to it. Foster, what headset do you use?
I use the Star Wars: The Old Republic headset by Razer.
Oh, razors. Ew. No, those are pretty good.
It's fancy and it sounds amazing.
Razors,
And it
Astros.
looks really cool.
I think Turtle Beaches are pretty good. I had mine for like 12 months, and then they started kind of breaking down, so I had to get a new chat wire. And then
Well, that's the problem. They do break down pretty quickly.
It's not like, I mean...
And you know what?
Their
I found
headsets
everyone that I've talked to that have had a Turtle Beach, theirs has broken immediately after the warranty has expired.
That's mine with Tritons. Like, they'll break right immediate. Like, not right immediately.
You know what's a good fix to that? You don't buy a warranty. I didn't buy a warranty and my headset's working fine.
It was a free warranty, PJ.
Then you don't ask for it. You sell
Where's
it.
the warranty?
You sell the warranty.
Crap.
Well,
My dog
I like
ate
this
my
one.
brother's Turtle Beach.
And what happened to the turtles? Did he eat those too?
Yeah, he did. And they were screaming and he didn't
I want to
care.
talk
He just-
about, like, now since we're on the subject of video game accessories, I want to talk about something that Microsoft is finally doing at the friggin' end of the 360's life cycle, which is they are releasing a gold chrome Xbox controller, and it looks so beautiful.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it was like going back on their word and changing their product. Because I've seen that before.
What do you mean?
Look, PJ, this is something that's bugged me, is that people are, they were whining and complaining about the DRM policy, and then Microsoft goes and they fix it, and the people's reaction is, I can't believe you went back on your word, Microsoft. How dare you listen to what I was just yelling at you for? I want to still be angry! It's ridiculous!
I see what you mean.
We should be angry. We should be able to be angry. But they shouldn't go back on their word.
Look,
Somebody put a lot of work into that.
the
No
DRM
one
policy-
put a lot of work into that. No one was sitting there going, I'm going to dedicate my life to DRM.
Look, the
on the
DRM
Xbox
policy
One.
was something that shouldn't have been on consoles. Consoles nowadays, back then, you'd think they were a hardcore gamer because consoles were only used for gaming, and so you would think, well, you play video games a lot. Nowadays, you can use them for Netflix, Internet Exploring, not with Internet Explorer, though, that's evil. You can do a lot of things with the console nowadays, so it's more casual gaming. Whereas on the PC, Master Race, you're a variety.
Wait, I mean, do you
Not
think the
only are a
majority of
hardcore
people
PC gamer.
who... Do you think the majority of people who buy a PC are gamers, though?
If they make YouTube videos on a daily basis on their PC and they're gaming on the PC, I consider them a hardcore PC gamer because
Yeah, but
you're doing
I mean,
it
like-
each day and you're recording it as well.
Is-
That's
is
not
being
easy.
a-
I mean,
is that a requirement then? I
of course
mean,
not. What do you mean?
People who buy
What
a
is
PC, they're buying their PC to go on Facebook, and they're not
That's-
thinking about gaming.
That is
People
true
who
on
buy
some
a console
standpoint, but
aren't
on
buying their
some-
console strictly
on
for
some
Netflix.
point, people will go play video games on the computer. You don't buy an Alienware to go
No
on
one's
Facebook.
going to buy an Xbox and go, this thing plays games? What?
People bought a PS3 because they had a Blu-ray player, and it was the cheapest Blu-ray player out there. Guess what? They played video games on it as well. There's a variety of things you can do on a console nowadays, and DRM is going.
the difference-
The world is not ready for DRM on consoles. Whenever there is something else called a
I got
PC
news
out there,
flash for
I
you.
wasn't
DRM
saying-
has
I
been
wasn't
on
saying
consoles.
that the DRM.
to a certain extent,
Okay.
Foster.
Well, yeah, exactly. To a certain extent, on
But
the,
the extent-
Xbox
But the
360
extent
right
of the
now.
original Xbox One plan, the world isn't ready for such a thing. Where checking every 24 hours. Guess what? Everyone has a life. Everyone has a job. I even have a job. I'm not online 24/7 anymore.
I don't think this means that you have to manually set it up. It's one thing that you leave your Xbox connected to the internet. It automatically will do it for you. You don't need to be
But
there for it.
we don't really have that requirement either. How many Foster? Has your internet gone out recently?
Yeah, not for longer than 24 hours.
Well, still, I mean, you go to sleep for what? 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours? How long?
14 hours.
14 hours. So there's 10 hours in that day. Let's say it goes out for 8 hours. Guess what? Are you going to be awake for that time to go back to sleep for 14 hours?
No, my Xbox is gonna...
Besides, they just do the DRM check when you woke up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But that's not the point. The point is that we all want a PS3 and to hell with the new, or PS4, to hell with the new Xbox.
No, I'm getting the new Xbox.
I'm not getting either. Oh yeah, PC Master Race, baby.
Alright, you can have neither. I'll have my new console that can
I'll
play
have the-
new games for
Foster,
years.
I don't
I'll
agree
have
with
the
your points on the
PS4.
Xbox One. I don't. I am angry, and I should be angry. But a reference towards the DRM policy, I mean. I don't agree with your point, Foster. Why do you like the Xbox One over the PS4? I don't understand.
I'll tell you why, because I am someone who... The best part of YouTube for me is interacting with fans, and the fact that they've integrated Twitch to the Xbox One the way that they have is incredibly appealing to me. I'll be able to stream whenever I want. I just hit one simple button, boom, I'm streaming on Twitch.
Right. It's probably going to be like how it always is on the PC. Hit one button, could you fill out this, please? And then you hit step one.
Well,
Get all
on the
the
PC, you're dealing with external cords, you're dealing with software, and you're dealing with the page URL itself, and you have to set everything up manually. With the Xbox, it's automated. There's no cords. You just set it up, and then you're good to go.
But I just
There's
don't
no software
I don't
that you
like
need to
how-
download and install.
There's so many things on
gotta connect
Xbox
to
One
the
that I
internet.
don't use, and yes, you can argue my point. You can argue against my point, saying, "Well, there's a lot of things on the PC that you don't use." That's true, but I can use, and Xbox One is kind of limiting itself with these things. What was the whole thing about the sports channel? It wasn't Spike.
It's limiting itself to games. It's a gaming console.
It's meant to be a console. They're trying to take over your living room now, not your.
Well, I
not
think
your
that's
gaming room,
more-
your bedroom.
Well, I mean, the Xbox 360 already does it. It already has the ability to become your cable box. It already has ESPN. It already has NHL Network. It already has Netflix, Crackle, Internet Explorer. It already has
But
all
it
of
didn't
these
have
things.
that at the beginning. Remember?
Well, yeah,
Exactly.
Does anybody
But
here
beyond
remember
its
that
all,
one?
I'm pretty sure its
the
sole purpose
original-
is still to be a gaming console.
Its sole purpose, yes, but it's masked and filled up with all these like Netflix and sports channels and Crackle. And
Well,
all this
I could
stuff.
sit there and say that your computer, your PC, your master race of gaming is taken up by Skype, by Netflix, by Twitter, by Facebook, by YouTube, by Hotmail, by Yahoo, by every internet site ever, by every program available. It's taken up by literally everything on the internet, whereas the Xbox is taken up by certain apps and
No,
widgets.
I wouldn't say that.
And gaming.
On the internet, pornography takes up the internet. If you look at the
Okay,
percentages,
okay,
So
I think
you're buying a
if
$1,200
No,
it's
hold
worth
on.
saying
No,
that
if you
now
look at the percentages
Xbox and the
of-
PS3 can both go on the internet, I think they're both taken up by the entire internet, and I can tell you for a fact, from experience, that both can go on porn.
Is that the first thing you check when you get something new, PJ? It's like, well, can I run porn?
I want to check about the frame rates. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, you got to check. I mean,
maximum
the
FPS.
PS4 is apparently going to be able to provide 4K entertainment. That's some high
Xbox,
definition
watch
boobies.
porn. Those voice commands. Xbox, watch porn. And
Well, that's the thing. The Kinect is always watching you. Do you want it? Do you want it watching that? PJ, actually, I think you said the best thing I ever heard
No.
on how to defeat the Xbox Kinect and how to make it so that no one will ever want to watch anyone.
Just masturbate in front of it.
You're like, well, yeah, if they want to watch, they can watch. I'll just take off my shirt, take off my pants, walk around naked. There's going to be some guy at the NSA sitting there going, oh, God!
Make them regret the day they decided to do this.
That will end it. No one will be spied on after that. The moment that they see PJ prancing around in the nude, they're going to be like, that's enough.
Exactly.
We're out.
It'll be the Fat Guy Defense Alliance. We'll set up agencies and come to your house. You're not going to want to be here for 24 hours.
Get rid of the
You want to be
NSA.
running around your house naked and make sure it's watching us.
A guaranteed ousting of
For an
NSA
extra
within
$3,000,
24
you can stay in and watch it too.
And with an extra $3,000 as well, we can do it for much longer.
Oh, man.
Just provide some water, if you know what I'm saying.
I scrub myself with a towel on a stick.
Okay, new topic. Got the star eggs. Alright, new topic, guys. You all right, eh?
Yeah, new topic. Let's go.
Music.
So,
what do you guys listen to?
Oh my God! Be quiet, you squeaker. Do you guys really hate those the little kids on
What's a squeaker?
Do you really like? Real question. Whenever you're gaming on the Xbox, PS3, whatever you game on, do you hate whenever you find a little kid on an M-rated game? Do you really hate that? It really grinds my gears. You know that?
Well, hold on. I think everyone here played M-rated games before they were legally allowed to.
Yeah, I mean,
Long before.
I do, but that's not the point. I hate whenever. I don't mind squeakers, just don't act like one.
Now, let them do what they want. They're having their own fun. Every game has a mute function. It really shouldn't bother people.
I play Gmod, Dark RP, if you guys have ever heard of it. It's very addicting, actually. And
I don't even know what Gmod is.
Gary's Mod.
And there are squeakers that will get on servers and just not care. You'll tell them read the rules, and 20 minutes later they're breaking a shit ton of rules, and they're like, I think I read it. No, you didn't. You're breaking a bunch of rules. GTFO, and then you kick them. There's certain types of squeakers that I mind and some that I don't, and those are the yes, you're right, Foster. They're having their own fun. Do whatever they want. Make yourself happy. I don't care. But if you're going to harm others or prevent them from having their own fun, that's different. You're being a squeaker. There's a difference from acting like one and being one. And they're acting.
Well,
like one.
what you're discussing is more of a griefer or a troll than a squeaker.
No, what I mean by not a troll, they're not a troll. They just don't care. They just.
Well, I mean, I'm not a squeaker. If I was acting the exact same way, you wouldn't call me a squeaker because I'm acting that way.
I would say you're acting like a squeaker. Yeah, I would say that.
I thought all squeaker was a little kid who talks online.
You guys like spoilers?
Yeah.
Sometimes I take spoilers and I make the spoilers fight. Well, they're bugs, and sometimes the spoilers, when they fight each other, they call me their king. That's a squeaker right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
I like that.
I mean, I don't care if a squeaker is watching my videos. I don't care. I mean, whatever makes you happy. Just don't act like one in the comments. Be like, I absolutely hate this video. It's such garbage. And they're just butthurt, and don't act like a squeaker. That's all I'm saying. You have the Shamrock seal of approval to not be a squeaker. And if you're
how
acting
is that
like
being a squeaker? How?
Wait, what's your question?
I think that what we're disputing is the term squeaker being used to describe.
It's a derogatory nowadays. It's a derogatory now. I mean,
when did that happen, though? When
the internet came about, people. I think whenever matchmaking came along, not Christian Mingle. I mean, whenever Xbox Live and PSN.
But I was never like, dude, you're being a squeaker. Stop it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's terminology that people use nowadays. In my mind, you're still considered a griefer or a troll or something like that.
Sometimes, don't be a griefer. That's a good word to use instead of something else. It makes you look more intelligent, in a way.
PJ, are you cutting your hair? What's going on here?
Oh no.
What's that?
Just drops it. Oh no. Just drops it. Okay. New topic?
Sure.
That one went by fast. Okay. So, PJ, you're a hardcore gamer, am I correct? Here, you've been playing for quite a lot of years.
No, I am not. I watch a lot of cartoons. I spend a very large portion of my day
Farting.
sleeping. Oh, I do a lot of farting. Foster can.
Is that what that noise we just heard was?
Oh no! And
that
then
was
just
me
drops
dropping
it.
this thing. That's what
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But
No,
Foster
'cause
personally
let me tell you
has the
something. That's
fact that
what
I
PJ's
fart
farts
loudly.
sound like. You can hear the cheek slap.
That's offensive.
It's true. It's
You
frightening.
see, I'd almost be like, "Hey, he doesn't really know. He's just joking." But he has literally heard my farts often.
Okay.
I make sure he hears them.
They're
Sometimes
forceful.
I'll take the
Okay,
headset and I'll
gaming
put them
topic
right next
here,
to my
not
butt.
fart topic. So, sorry, PJ, we're not going to get into a farting
okay.
topic here.
It's okay.
But so Scuff, I absolutely love Scuff. I have a Scuff Yin Yang to my right here, and I absolutely love it. Scuff is amazing.
What's Scuff?
I will link you guys right now. They are I respect them for what they've done. They are very it's an ingenious plan that they have to help create a better gaming environment with gamers' hands. Instead of it being a normal controller like the Xbox 360, it's modified legally. It's not a modded controller. It's completely legit and legal to use an MLG.
So the hardware is not modified.
It is modified. There are these things like, let me get mine to get more out of it. Hold up. Okay, so there are two. You have your choice between wireless and wired, as you know about the Xbox 360 controller, and basically it's an Xbox 360 controller. They take the actual controller and then they'll scuff it. In other words, so on the back,
ScuffGaming.com.
if you want it wireless, it will be two paddles. You can put A or B on the left paddle or the right paddle, whatever you choose. On the front, on the triggers, there is something called trigger stops, and basically, you know how whenever you click the button and you're shooting your gun, it takes a while for you to get back up, right? You click it and it's going all the way down.
Sure, that's a problem I usually encounter.
That's a problem I encounter when I'm playing.
1 second that it takes to pop back up.
Wait.
Well,
What is the purpose of this?
Just read it. Basically, it gives you the extra edge in MLG competition, whether minor or major.
Is this podcast sponsored by Scuff this week?
I wish. I would love that. But sadly, no.
Like, what do they allow you to do? I mean, like, let you shoot faster in a game or something? Or
Okay, you know how...
I'm trying to figure out the point of this.
You use Xbox 360 controllers, am I correct?
Yes.
Well, they also make PS3 controllers, but mainly they're more common in Xbox. So they have better material. They use a military style. It's like a leathery feel, but it's not leather, but it kind of feels a bit leathery on the bottom, and military grade, not polymorph, but it's a type of stronger material on the front. Trigger stops to give you the edge in order to aim down the sights or shoot your weapon faster. Your choice if you want them or not. Paddles. See, what the actual owner said is, on a regular Xbox 360 controller, your right hand's much more busy because you have A, X, B, and Y, and then the stick to aim, and then you have pause, the Xbox button, and that's mainly the problem with gamers. They are causing more harm than usual by using one hand, and especially the claw. Are you familiar with the claw position?
Yep.
Yes, that can harm a person's hand to an extent to where it will last for
Well, I mean,
years.
doesn't the right hand get more work to do because most
it
people
is.
are right-handed?
So what Scuff has done, it allows you to have an equal amount of work on both hands. And
yeah, but I'm
much
not
less
ambidextrous. I want more control on my right hand because that's the one that I have better
Right.
accuracy with, that I'm more versed in.
It's just an Xbox 360 controller modified to help the gamer have that extra edge in a competition. And basically,
What does it assign, like new buttons?
Are there new buttons?
Yes, yeah. Like you
at the
can,
bottom,
like on the paddles.
Right.
Yes, you can modify. Like instead of jumping with A, you can have the left paddle and A also. The original.
All right. So you can basically aim as you jump with
You've always been
with these controllers.
It's up to you what you want to do with it, but basically it gives you that.
No, like
extra.
because you have to move your thumb.
Justice. I'm not doing it justice right now. I'm making it. I can't really explain the whole thing, but I absolutely love it, and I've become a better gamer. Well, much better than I used to be with the Scuff gaming controller.
Can I just say something right here?
Go ahead.
I think that I'm so skilled that I need the handicap that the regular controller provides.
Oh God.
I am
There's
way
a-
too good
See,
that if
Foster.
I had this controller, gaming would not be fun anymore. I would just dominate everything.
See, Foster, that's the mentality. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not, but
I'm so good
it's the
that
it's the
sometimes
mentality of not
the
being
Xbox
ambidextrous
controller
like
is just not enough to contain my skill.
okay.
I need to people to hold me back when I game. I need like big buff dudes holding me back because I'm tearing up the competition with my thumbs. I've got a 6-pack on both my thumbs, man. I'm going crazy over here with my thumb flexes every night, every day. I work out those thumbs. I make sure they're ready for the competition. I got PJ here. He can stand my skill when the people are holding me back. When they're not holding me back, he disappears. He vanishes from existence. I blow him out of the water so far that
Sometimes
he cannot exist.
Sometimes he needs me to team kill him so that it's more of a fair fight.
It's like, hold me back! Hold me back! I need to be contained! I'm too good! I can't play with the scuff controllers because at that point, I would break the game. I'd get banned from Xbox Live because people would think I'd be using aimbot.
Right, I'm so sure, Foster. But look, my point is, it's an ingenious idea. The engineering that they have created, not with controllers, not with an Xbox 360 or PS3 controller, but overall, the engineering they have created with the Scuff hybrid is amazing when it comes to compact controllers, and the fact that they are now able to use wireless, smaller, lightweight controllers, yet like they're not smaller than an actual Xbox. Once again, it's a regular Xbox 360 controller scuffed out. The new Scuff hybrid has an ion battery pack that is pretty much nothing on the bottom. There's no battery pack. It's the size of a wireless controller on the back without the wire. And now
I
you
think
can
we
have
should
4 pedals
switch
wireless.
topics to
Okay.
the world's most powerful laser that you can legally own.
What is that?
It's a laser that you can legally own. And it burns things.
Dude, that is
And-
awesome. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go buy one.
All right.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna
This
go burn some stuff.
podcast sponsored by Scuff Lasers. The laser that you can use to eliminate the competition.
Legally.
Illegally.
No, it's wicked lasers. Awesome. And you can get their Arctic is an Arctic one, and it's a blue laser. And there's a Krypton one, and it's a green laser. And they burn stuff like balloons, and you can make a lightsaber with
That's
one.
practical. Let's go burn some balloons.
You can burn
Yeah.
wood too.
Are we just? Is this gonna be an hour-long commercial that we're doing here?
It's not a commercial. You can make a lightsaber.
Okay, not a real one. Doesn't work like
Shut
one.
up.
I mean, if you
You're
want to
ruining-
pop a bunch of balloons, that's great.
You're ruining my day.
You know what else pops balloons? Toothpicks.
Aren't we a big guy?
You know, yeah, I could go spend how
Pointing
much
piece
on a
of wood.
laser?
Oh yeah,
How much on a
I
laser?
can use a light. I use light to burn things.
I use light too, PJ. I can make fire. We live in the 21st century. I don't need a laser to light a fire for me. I can do it myself.
But it's exactly that point. It's the 21st century. We shouldn't have to. We should use a laser to do it.
We should use a very expensive laser to burn wood.
Foster, keep the people happy. I have an incoming phone call.
Hey, I'm good with that.
Okay, I'm back. I looked at it, and the Scuff laser is illegal in 25 states. It is the most OP thing ever.
All right. Well, I picture you like walking back with like your eyebrows burnt off.
My whole face is burnt off. I don't have that hair I used to have. I can't even remember what color it was.
What are you, the Wolfman?
Nope.
All right. Well, I mean, is this going to be a long commercial that we're doing here, or?
No, what were you guys talking about the whole time? This
I was
podcast-
talking about how dumb it is
I thought my
to
podcast.
go out and buy a laser to pop a balloon and burn wood when you can do the exact same thing for 25 cents.
Why not just knock 2 birds out with 1 stone and pop the balloon with the wood and then destroy the wood?
Yeah. So that now that we've gone past the commercial aspect of this podcast, what do we have as the topic?
Well, is PJ here?
He has gone to. I don't know what he's doing. He's gone.
All right, so he'll be right back then. Well, the
He's gonna be back with a laser, and he's gonna tell me to hold still while he tries to burn a hole in my hand.
Hey, Foster, could you hold still real quick? Okay, sci-fi. You guys want to talk about that? This really isn't. See, the Pro Perks podcast.
I'm listening now.
I have high hopes for the Pro Perks podcast.
I've been editing like crazy today.
Alright, I
PJ.
can help you guys with this. I can be here for this for another 7 minutes because I have to help with stuff so that we can start moving.
Oh, very well. So we're gonna do a topic that everyone will enjoy: sci-fi. What is the best sci-fi series? Not just movie. It can be
Star
a movie
Trek.
and
Star Trek.
episode kind of thing. But
Best
Next
sci-fi
Generation.
why do you
franchise
think so?
ever.
Why do you think so though? How long have you been around for? Like since when? Like what series out of it? What season out of it?
Next Generation.
Everything! The entire franchise is amazing! Starting
Now,
from the original series back in the 60s, man. And moving on to the Next Generation
Here's
in
the
the
thing,
90s,
though.
80s, and 90s.
If you would have asked me
Voyager
this,
was okay.
if you would have asked me this a decade ago, I would have said hands down, Star Wars.
Same here. Yep, same. I'd have been
Star
like, dude,
Wars.
Star Wars.
But I feel like Star Wars is just taking steps back. Star Trek it's getting better. I mean, J.J. Abrams, again,
I
he's
wouldn't say that.
behind the helm on the new Star Wars, so I have high hopes for that. But I mean, the new Star Trek films are so good.
I'm gonna
And
have
they
to
just elevated
No,
it.
I can't agree with you when you say. Hold up, there's gonna be some feedback noise here.
All
Sorry
right.
about that. Okay, so I can't agree with you when you say they are moving backwards and Star Trek is moving forwards. Look, Star Trek, it's a good series. I understand that. It's had its run. It's dead. The fan base is alive.
It just had a
Hold on.
multi-million-dollar
The hell are you talking about?
No,
blockbuster.
Dead.
hear what I mean.
They're creating new movies.
The series is moving on when it shouldn't. It's an old guy in a midlife crisis. Star Wars, I'm not a fanboy
Okay.
for either, and I haven't
Have you
watched Star
seen
Trek.
the new Star? Have you seen the new movies?
What the hell are you
It's not
talking
the-
about?
It's not the best.
With
It's
Star
not
Wars,
the
Star
best
Wars should
series.
have
It's so
It
good.
is not
Star
the best
Wars should have
series.
died years ago. I mean, come on.
I can agree with you
Who
there.
shot first? That shouldn't even be a question of who shot first.
See, I can
Come
agree
on.
with you there.
There you go.
The movies
There
that
shouldn't
we
be
see,
any remakes. They
the
shouldn't
movies,
keep
the movies,
changing it.
The movies that we see today are amazing compared to Star Wars special effects. I can agree with you there, saying.
And then
well,
the prequels. Oh my god, the prequels. They're crap.
Yeah.
What, Star Wars or
Yeah.
the prequels? No, I can't agree with you there. It
Whoa,
has a good
you
storyline.
you tell me you look me straight in the podcast and you tell me that the Clone Wars was a good movie.
The Clone Wars is a shitty movie.
There we go.
See, I can
My
agree with-
point exactly.
That one, yes. The Revenge
All
of
of
the
them.
Sith. No, Revenge of the Sith
Metachlorians,
was okay.
Jar Jar Binks. Come on,
No,
man.
Revenge of the Sith was okay. Number 1 and number 2.
Oh.
Number 1 was better than number 2, but number 3, yes, it was good. You know that's true.
No. Come on.
See, right now I'm a bit distracted because, and I don't know if I sound far away, I'm playing Black Ops 2 as we speak. I'm trying to get gameplay for the podcast as we speak, as we do the podcast.
The new Star Wars is just unbelievably bad. Then there's the new movie,
We haven't
The
even
Clone
seen-
Wars,
we haven't
and
even
the
seen-
cartoon.
Yeah,
God.
yes, yes, exactly. The whole new series, the animated ones, yes, that's horrible. That was a horrible step in the wrong
Yet,
direction.
with Star Trek, they knew when to stop. And they can keep it going, too. They can create new series that could be just as good or better.
I think
Or it could be
when
worse.
PJ says they knew when to stop, is he means that they knew when a particular series was done.
See, I
They're
think, no, I don't think so because the series itself was done.
how much have you watched personally?
None.
What? You can't be saying this. You can't go on and on about. No, sir, it's done. I think that it
As
should
a
be
wise
over.
man
I haven't
once
watched
said,
it, but
as a wise man once said, be smart about being stupid. And so far, I'm doing that. Look,
Oh,
I
man.
understand there are fans out there. It's not a dead series. What I meant to say was they've had their run. It's a good the Star Trek.
Yeah, and you know what?
Trek
Star Wars had its
multiverse
run. It was called
It-
late
it-
70s to mid 80s, and then it should have
It
been
did.
done with
I
forever.
I agree. The new animated series, it's awful. But the comics, like, not just... See, you know what I mean when I say comics. They're not directly towards Star Wars, like, you know, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Luke Skywalker. The comics are not pointed to them necessarily. It's pointed around the Star Wars universe, and that's
the
where it
extended
gets more into
universe.
depth. I like that. See, there's some things that are even unanswered after all these decades. Like we still do not know what Yoda's species is called, for example. After all these decades.
Dude,
Yeah, there's nothing
I
mysterious
deliberately
about Star
didn't
Trek.
tell a name.
Wait, what?
Crazy.
There's nothing mysterious about Star Trek.
Nope.
The show that you know nothing about.
Nope.
The entire thing should be a mystery.
Hey, I'm making it a mystery right now by not watching it. I'm doing myself a favor.
All right, you know what? We're going to turn this. We're taking over this podcast, by the way. We're going to turn it around on you, GreyShamrock.
Oh God.
All right, so we're going to do a little quiz here, all right?
Okay.
What was the name? Name 2 captains in Star Trek. 2.
I just said I haven't watched Star Trek. I mean, come on.
Oh, come on. Name 2. Name 2, just to kind of give legitimacy to this.
There was. You said captains.
Yeah.
Captain Spock.
Okay, all right, you got Captain Spock. And what was the name of his ship?
The Starship Enterprise. Yeah.
All right, Captain Spock of the Enterprise. What was their mission?
To deliver an epic movie.
The
I
epic,
don't know.
yes, all right.
I don't know. Oh man.
All right, hold on, I'm not done tearing you apart yet. So, Captain Spock leads his starship Enterprise. What's the ultimate goal of a Star Trek? What's the end goal?
Oh, if I know. Okay, let me take a crack at this. The end goal for their
Go. No man has gone before.
Yeah, Captain Spock going where no man has gone before.
But they've already been to it. I mean, come on. They're in a new
They've already
galaxy.
been there, though. They've gone where they went before.
Exactly. It's a paradox and a contradiction of many series that they've created.
Alright. I have to go. You guys continue this. And until next time, this is Foster the Canadian saying, see ya.
That'd be cool. He's not me.
It was great having him on. Pretty cool guy. So, I don't know what that was. I hope that was
I
clapping.
think all he did was talk about farts and lasers.
I hope this will be a good podcast. I think I'm just going to call it Pro Perks Podcast 1.5.
This is the uncensored version right here.
Yes, it is.
That's what this is. This is director's cut, uncensored. This is
Yep.
Pro Perk Unplugged.
Yes. We will, you know what? This will be Pro Perks Podcast 1.5. I want it to be amazing, and I want Pro Perks Podcast 2 to be even better. I absolutely loved having him on the show, and I absolutely love doing this and all, but I think next week will be probably, hopefully, the best by far.
All right.
Gaming-wise. Music-wise, I think that was last week. But gaming-wise, you will definitely see that this week. And I have a guy from esports coming on. Are you familiar with esports?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, he's not like, you know, he's not major league getting paid, getting sponsored by Astros. He trains a lot of teams. He plays for a lot of teams. I believe right now he is in. He recently left AR to go to Illumini, and his name's Illumini Mozzie. Hope I pronounced that correctly. And it's absolutely bizarre on how many teams he'll join and leave. It's pretty cool. I like to see how he can go from one team to the next, not only playing for them but training them. That's pretty cool. That's how you know you're good, whenever you train the whole entire team. That's pretty cool. Am I right?
Yep.
For you, I'm sure you play, if anything, more game battles Halo-wise, right? You don't really play that much Call of Duty? Call of Duty.
Not too good at that game. They don't let me play. They kicked me out of the entire series.
Same here. That's why I quit the PC, because they kicked me out.
Okay.
That's the exact reason.
We should go take it over then.
Yeah, we should, man. I think we're gonna. No. That's we're gonna be a menace to society after that. We shouldn't do that.
Well, maybe we're the menace that the society needs.
But we're going to be too much of a menace, to where one day we will run too much and become too powerful for our own.
You don't understand. I cause car crashes.
And blow up orphanages, apparently.
Well, I mean, you know, they deserved it.
Yeah, of course. Well, put in the comments section below whether or not we should go. Not blow up an orphanage, but if we should go take over the console world. I'll be a part of... Tell you what we'll do is you'll go after the Microsoft console world, I'll go after Sony world, and then we'll combine our forces and go after Nintendo. And then after that, we'll move on to the PC master race and become the master race of all gaming.
So if it's Microsoft world and Sony world, does that make it like Nintendo Moon at this point? Is it even that?
Oh, I see what you did there. I think we can crush Nintendo.
I think Nintendo can crush Nintendo. I think that's what they have been doing.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what they're doing. They're going...
I mean, what are we going to get super competitive at Mario Party? Is that what's going to be?
I think so. I think we're going to go too hardcore. We're going to go harder than anyone ever before. And we're going to smash people on Mario Party 2, the game that rips friendships.
I'm going to be the best competitive Kirby player ever.
I'm going to be Link, and I will be the most quiet gamer ever.
Competitive Zelda. Heck yeah. Oh, I got more hearts than you. What's up?
No, Legend of Zelda, Link never talks. Except, he does talk, actually, in a couple of the games, minor games. Like minorly. He'll say nothing to see here whenever he opens up a chest in one of the games. In Ocarina of Time, he also says one of his lines, I think.
Alright, so you like dialogue boxes, but not actual voice acting.
Nope.
Alright, just checking. I think the only voice that the only actual word ever spoken in a Zelda game was still Navi.
Oh,
I can't think of anyone else that spoke. Navi, whatever. Can you think of anyone else that's spoken in a Zelda game, like actual English?
Actual English. No, I haven't.
It's always dialogue boxes or, hey, listen!
Or sometimes they'll just like how it is in Pokemon, in, you know, not console-wise, but they'll just mumble a bit whenever you go up to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're actually talking to you, but that's pretty much it. I don't think so. No. Speaking of Pokemon, are you gonna get X and or Y?
No, and here's why. Fairy type.
Wait, what? Fairy type.
I didn't look this up. I'm looking it up right now.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I hear, they added fairy type Pokemon. It's a new type of Pokemon.
The hell? No way.
Yeah, here we go. Fairy type introduced in Generation 6. Fairy type Pokemon.
I mean, I guess they ran out of ideas, so they had to come up with a new type.
Well, they never added a new type. This is the first time that they've added a new type since Generation 2.
Right, but they had to go into more of a depth. Like, instead of just creating more waves for different spawns, in other words, then they had to create a whole new spawn. So, like the trash bag Pokemon, the chandelier Pokemon.
But those are different Pokemon, but they all had the same. They all had the same types.
And now this is the first time that they're to catch them all.
Yeah, they're adding a new type, a fairy type Pokemon. That just sounds dumb to me.
Especially a fairy Pokemon. I'm not a hater to those who like fairies and all, but a fairy, really, fairy? Come on.
Fairy Pokemon? Come on.
Out of all the different things you could have made, and it's a fairy.
I mean, I think the last Pokemon type that they introduced was Steel and Dark. It's like, those are badass. Hell yeah. I can get behind Steel and Dark. And that was introduced in the second generation of Pokemon games. Now 6. You don't introduce anything until this new one. And now it's Fairy type? Out of nowhere?
Yeah, out of nowhere, no sign to give, and then it's a fairy type. Go home, guys. The hype, it's all fake. Don't worry, guys. I mean, either way, there's gonna be hardcore Pokemon fans that just don't care. I mean, oh, it's a new generation with a new type, but I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see. If they're badass fairies, like they don't even look like a fairy, they look like pretty badass and legit, then that's different.
Well, from what I hear, they're like they're changing current Pokemon to be fairy types. Like all of a sudden now they're fairy types.
That's awful.
It is awful. That's why I'm not.
You're just that's awful. That is awful. Why are they doing such a thing?
Exactly.
That's
I
awful.
hope I burst your Pokeball.
We will smash the Pokemon universe first in order for them to never have ever seen any of the fairies go.
Yeah.
We will put them out of their misery.
Pokemon, man.
That's horrible, man. That is horrible.
Let's move on. This is getting depressing.
Yeah, on to a more depressing thing. So,
no.
Let's talk more philosophy. Let's touch on it, as you said before. This isn't going to be... Like, when you say people have heated opinions about it, are you talking about, like, religion-wise? Philosophy-wise, I don't think people can get that heated. It's, like, philosophy about our relation to the earth, that's different. And if, I swear to God, if there's a religious prick out there that's like, there is no sort of achievement for us to be on this earth, it's God's will, it's like, shut up.
Wait, there are achievements? Can I collect them?
Yeah, all 1,000 achievements, and then you get the katana. Yeah, that.
Yeah, well, at that point, I've completed the game, and I don't need to play anymore. Move on to next world.
Well, no, but really, what do you mean when you say people have heated opinions? I don't understand that. Like, do people?
Well, I mean, if philosophy. Let's say we talk about the human consciousness, you know, and there are going to be people. What?
I love talking about that.
I think it's a very interesting thing to discuss, but I don't feel it can be discussed in a very mature manner over YouTube.
Oh, I see. Like, there's going to be that one prick out there that's like, have such like.
Well, I wouldn't even say that it's a prick as much as there are going to be people who disagree and that decide that you don't have to be a prick to disagree with something.
Well, no,
it takes another person to come in there. It just takes two people with disagreeing opinions to destroy a comment section.
I see what you mean now.
They don't have to be pricks about it, but
I will actually. I think one. In some ways, one has to, because if they aren't, then what they're going to do is like, okay, I respect your opinion, and I understand that, but my opinion is totally different, so I'm just going to leave this alone. And that's basically it. But in some cases, in my case, the prick will do is they'll be like, this is the stupidest opinion I've ever heard in my whole entire effing life, and they'll just destroy the comment section with like, you have bad grammar, and they'll start correcting. It just gets off of the, it derails, in other words. Like, the whole comment section below, it's perfect, and it's derailed by this one asshole. And that's basically what happens. I understand what you mean, and I'm not calling any of my subscribers, your subscribers, or PJ's friends pricks, but...
No, his friends are pricks. You can say that.
I'm not going to say that, not my words, but there has to be at least one person that's immature, has a bit more of a fierce opinion. You can have an opinion, you can be a bit more strong towards it, like a Republican versus Democratic, but you have to have a fierce opinion for it to really get to people, and that's what I think. Or people just have to be very offended. Like, if it's like, oh, 9/11 was planned, then that's probably going to get to some of the victims' families. I mean, that, like, if I went up to them and like, oh, it was planned by the U.S. government, then NSA, I'm not saying it was. If you're watching this, NSA, I'm sorry, but just giving you an example, NSA. And, yeah, that's I'm rambling here. But, well, here, I'll give you an example of a topic, and you tell me if that's a yay or nay.
Alrighty.
Okay, so... self-awareness. The way, like, we as human beings are much more self-aware than other animals, how that affects us.
You see, I thought we were going to go into, like, robots with that. I was getting all excited here.
Okay, sure, man.
Alright, let's go talk about robots.
Okay, so there is a whole thing about within the next 50 years that the way technology is evolving, there will be robots that can feel and have emotions that can actually communicate with us humans. So what do you think about that? That sounds pretty beast.
Well, I mean, it turns it really. It's hard to describe what emotions are for humans, let alone for a robotic entity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if a robot claims that it feels emotion, it could be programmed to believe that it does or say that it does. It doesn't make it true.
Right. It just knows to say this, or it's just programmed to feel that, or
Or maybe just to be more believable, it has that as a feature.
But that's pretty much the only feature. It really doesn't go into more depth than that. Right. Right. Like what you said, we can't even explain it. It's like I was explaining this to a good friend of mine, Khalil, last night. We were talking about this whole thing, and he said we really can't explain like mentally ill things. We can't explain depression that much, how it feels. We can say it feels sad, but what does sad feel like? You know, I feel down. Well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
I feel lonely. What does that mean? You know, do you feel like there's not a companion there? I don't understand that. I'm a robot. I don't need to have a companion. We can't really program a robot unless we know how to program ourselves. If we know how to explain it, then we can explain it to a different species that can understand it. And I think you were getting at that. They were just programmed. But if we can't program ourselves, in other words, how can we program something else?
Yeah.
Then you can, I mean, there may be the devil's advocate here that's like, well, that's how emotions are supposed to be. We can't explain it, therefore that is an emotion. If we can explain it, then that's just a feeling versus an emotion. If you feel sad versus the emotion of sad, then it's more temporary than it is permanent. If you're chronically depressed for your whole entire life, that's an emotion versus a feeling. And I think that's where the devil's advocate's side can step in. But overall, the reason I will be uploading the Dolcom me and Khalil did last night, whatever, in parts, like probably 4 parts. It's a 2-hour one, so it should be pretty good. But Foster, do you have any idea why I named the ProPerk podcast? Why I named it? What I named it?
I assumed that it had something to do with Call of Duty.
Well, that is true, actually. Anything else, or do you want me to?
Yeah, elaborate.
All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, this is the second time I've explained it to anybody. The first is on the Dolcom last night, and you'll probably see more into depth in a different commentary if I actually have an audience. But the whole thing behind the ProPerks podcast was I'm a huge fan of Call of Duty. I've been around since COD 3, and ever since then I liked it. And I'm not buying COD Ghost though, just letting you know. And basically, I was getting a bit more into the mentally ill side. I'm not mentally ill, but I was starting to be a bit more exposed to it a couple years back, and it really got to you. As a human being, it's a bit difficult to watch another human being suffer in a way another person can. Depression is an example. Cancer is that's not a mental illness, but it's just an example. Like, you're seeing a cancer patient that's only 5 years old dying. I mean, that's not a good thing to see. They don't even know what's going on for the most part. That's pretty sad.
Is this like you're trying to get rid of Last Stand, or
no? What I mean, it's kind of leading up to that, but that's just a joke, if you're wondering.
Okay.
Basically, why I named it what it is because I wanted to speak to depression. I wanted to be able. I was gonna do this Dualcom and call it "How to Get Pro Perks in Real Life," and basically it was how to overcome depression, how to overcome certain mental illnesses, and not overcome it like you're gonna kill yourself. Cure, not kill. Don't kill yourself. Cure, like a cure for cancer, that kind of cure.
Not like the band.
Cure yourself. You're going to not like the band. No. You're going to help yourself. You're going to be able to get over it and handle it a bit more, a bit better. That's why I named it the ProPerk Podcast, because I have been exposed to this and I want to be able to help people with it. And I believe that we can do that very easily as YouTubers. Foster, you don't have to release any of this information, but I think you profit off the YouTube. Do you at all?
I profit off the YouTube.
Do you? Okay, so you do profit off of the entity we call the YouTube. So,
well, technically, I profit off the ad revenue. Not
correct.
YouTube itself.
Right. But what I mean is, if I were a bigger YouTuber and I don't want to get there by asking for shoutouts, but if you want to give me a shout out, anybody in anyone that's viewing, that's pretty good. But if I was a bigger YouTuber like Woody's gamertag size, I've always seen myself being able to donate at the very end of the year. Like, I'll take 20% of the 100% profit, and then the subscribers, I'll put up a voting sheet on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube, and the subscribers will vote for what charity gets the 80% donation fund. So that's like, I've always pictured that. What about you? Have you ever thought of doing anything like that?
I think that's sort of been, a philosophy in life, is that once I'm able to really support myself, I'll, start giving to support others through charity.
Right. See, I mean, neither of us are considered medium-sized YouTubers either. You have a decent audience. The kind of channel you have is a pretty good channel. As Wings of Redemption, one of the original commentators on YouTube, once said, once you get above the 1,000 or 2,000 subscriber mark, you start not being able to know everyone in the community. At your point, if you wanted to, you could probably know who everyone is. Like YOLO McSwaggins, that troll that always tries and trolls, but he
hold on. We should start right now.
What?
We should stop paying attention to these people.
We should.
All you do by mentioning his name and going back to him is giving him more power than he deserves.
I see. I mean, whenever I get a positive note, a comment, or just feedback in general, I absolutely love it. But YouTubers really don't like the negative side. Like, they'll pay more attention to the negative side than they do to the positive side. At one point, I was a bit more self-conscious about my channel. I really did not like getting negative feedback, and that's bad. That's really bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, I literally, right when we started the podcast up, got a comment. Someone told me that that I lost a sub. They watched my video and they went, "Oh, you lost a sub," and I've been a little bothered by it.
But
mainly because I thought the video that I released was great.
See, I absolutely love that. If you think it's great and they don't, who gives a shit what they think? I mean, if it makes you smile whenever you're rendering it and you're like, they're going to enjoy this, then they're going to enjoy it. If you like to make it, then why let other people get you down on that? I mean, that's.
Well, I mean, the whole point of being a YouTuber is you want to create entertainment that other people will enjoy, and when you, I guess, see that there's people that don't enjoy it. I mean, there are people that have commented that they love the video, but when you see people that don't enjoy it, it does, make you feel a little bad. Like, you put all this effort into something that you believe other people will enjoy. It's kind of like, have you ever given someone a gift that has sort of backfired?
Yeah.
I've given people gifts that they have hated, and that they told me straight up. And in fact, Minecraft, I gave one of my friends Minecraft once, and he spent the next 3 months talking about how awful of a gift it was.
Wow.
And that, I shouldn't have given him such a crappy gift. And meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, I've got a little bit of extra money. I'm going to do something nice. I'm going to give him a gift. And then I end up paying for it.
Well, it's not
twice.
Your fault, though. Yeah, it's not your fault, though. I mean, look at it this way. You went out of your way to show how good of a friend you are to your friends, and you proved it. You proved that you are a good friend. You don't care about that money. You spent it because you wanted to. Not because you had to, because you wanted to. And just because the minority doesn't like the YouTube video for, back to the video, just because they don't like the video, the minority, the 1%, that doesn't mean anything. And you can't make everyone happy. That's the deal. That's how it works. That's just how it is. You cannot make everybody happy. It's physically and mentally exhausting and impossible. Just like the Minecraft thing. I could have given it to someone down the street and they would have absolutely loved it. I could have donated it to one of the subscribers. They would have absolutely loved it. I could have donated it to the wrong subscriber, though, and they would have hated it. They may not even, for some reason, not even have the computer to handle Minecraft, and they absolutely hate it. That's different. You went out of your way to try to make people happy, but you just couldn't get everyone to enjoy what you tried to do. and the side of the story that I'm trying to tell other people, other YouTubers that are like Wings of Redemption, he believes he's convinced that his channel is dying, and in a way it sort of is. It's not as, you know, amazing as it used to be, but as long as you enjoy uploading, then there is no such thing as a bad video, unless you don't like it.
Well, I mean, if you're getting 0 views, 0 likes, 0 favorites, and you're spending 15 hours a day trying to get these videos out, then, you know, I think at that point you have to stop. It stops becoming something that you enjoy and something that ends up hurting you in the long run.
You are right in a sense, but what I'm in the scenario I'm in, I upload and do whatever I want, essentially, because I'm a smaller YouTuber. I'm not in it for the money. I upload when I want and how I want. It doesn't have to be 15 hours of editing. I play MW3 and upload because I like playing MW3 and uploading MW3. I have this very good gameplay to probably tack onto this and then the Dualcom, and I absolutely love showing people these awesome games. Just because it's like, in your situation it's different. You spend a lot of time and effort, and in the long run it all pays off. You do a hell of a lot of good job. Like, you do a good job with your channel, and well done, Foster, and you're still growing. But if you were just a casual YouTuber, not in it for anything, just to show people your gameplay, then that's different. If you went 35-0 on a Halo 4 game and top of the leaderboard, and that's your new personal best, then, and you want to show people, it doesn't matter if you get 0 views. It's still on YouTube for people to watch if they ever want to. It just, you know, getting it out there is perfectly fine. What my basketball coach once told me is, if you're down to the last 2 seconds of the 4th quarter, I want you to shoot the ball. I don't want you to hesitate. I just want you to shoot, because shooting at least gives you a shot, and that's basically it. If you don't shoot, then you are constrained to this outcome. If you do, it's a 50-50 shot. You can
as a Canadian here, I figure that I have to quote Wayne Gretzky's famous quote: "You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take."
I've heard that, and it's a brilliant quote. And that's what I'm coming from here. If you don't upload because you just don't feel like you're going to get that attention, for the most part, a lot of people don't, then if you don't upload, then you're not giving yourself that chance too. White Boy 7th Street, he started recording with a camcorder, and
Two Shot even started recording that way.
See, it's amazing to think from such a bit more of a limited kind of situation to how advanced they've become on their channel, and it's all because they at least tried, and a lot of people gave a lot back.
Yeah.
That was a mouthful for me. No homo.
Okay, wasn't assuming. Now I am.
I know, but yeah, that's basically it for me. Foster, if you had to start over, would you?
What do you mean start over?
Like, we had to, let's say you just wanted a new start. You wanted a different channel. You wanted it to be Canadian the Foster. Would you start over?
If I wanted to, I probably would.
Oh, well, I would too, but if anyone wanted to start over, I would definitely help them out. I would, well,
I mean, the way you phrase the question is, if I wanted to, would I?
If I wanted to, yeah. If your channel was brought down, I hope it never does, and I'm sure it won't because of your secure password, but if it ever is...
Way to challenge the audience.
I know. But if it ever does go down, then would you? Okay, now here's a better scenario. Let's say Google transfer all the YouTube accounts over, but a lot of them don't make it. Would you?
So I have no chance of continuing my main channel.
Sorry, what?
So in this scenario, my main channel is gone. It's dead.
You start out with
chance of recovery.
Subscribers.
So I'm reset to, yeah, I think, you know, at this point with the knowledge that I have, I'd start over, and I'd probably get off to a better start because of what I've learned.
Yeah. I mean, your subscriber point, I'd like to be up there, 1,000 subs, and then, but the subs don't really matter to me. I could have 1 million
The
subscribers
subs
right now.
matter
and
to
not have
me.
a, not
All
have a
of you
single-
matter to me.
What I mean by that is I care a lot about my subscribers, of course. What I meant to say was, I didn't phrase it correctly. The amount of subscribers you have that aren't active don't matter. I could have 1 million subscribers and all of them being inactive. No views, no likes, no favorites. If I had 40 subscribers, guess what? I have 40 plus views and 40 likes and 40 favorites and 40 shares to hundreds of thousands of billions of millions of people on Twitter and Facebook and every other thing. And I'm exposed to a lot of different aspects of communities. So, types of communities. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I that was just like me. I was saying, like, at the point you're at like the prime right now. Like, you are definitely, you have a substantial audience.
Okay.
Okay. What?
Well, no, I'm saying, like, it's all relative, right? Like, you look at the amount of subscribers you have, the amount of subscribers I have. I look at the amount of subscribers Two Shot has. He looks at the amount of subscribers that Paul Soares Jr. has, or Woody's Gamertag has.
Right.
And even they look at the audience that
Jen Marbles
television stars have,
Fuck no.
that movie stars have.
I don't.
Okay.
They look at FPS Russia's audience, and FPS looks at, you know, Hollywood's audience, and Hollywood doesn't care.
And Hollywood is swimming in their money.
Yep, they're drowning.
Yeah.
No, there's no way they're gonna survive. They're gonna drown.
Now, you see, if Hollywood gets flooded by a tsunami by the time this podcast comes up, that's just going to seem very inconsiderate. So I'm going to stand back and say, how dare, there are people drowning in Hollywood. How can you make that joke?
Probably a tsunami of crash.
Inappropriate. What was their point?
My point was, just be proud of your channel is what I'm saying. I mean, that's my point. Your point's different, of course, because they're different. But my point is just, I don't care about my, like, how many views I get. I put it out there for people to enjoy, and if they enjoy it, great. If they don't, then, you know, don't be a dick. That's my pro tip. If you want a very good pro tip, don't be a dick. There you go.
Okay, pro tip, don't be a dick. But
T Martin's new video. Hey guys, what's going on? T Mart here, and don't be a dick. That's his pro tip of the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I'm not sure I entirely agree that, you know, those numbers, like, as someone who's very proud of the work that he creates, I set a standard for myself that, you know, although I am proud, I will always be proud of where I am. I always feel like there's more to be had, and I'm not satisfied unless I see that continual growth.
Mm-hmm.
And that might just be me as someone who's inherently competitive, inherently believes, I guess, that I can achieve more than may be possible. But it's something that I really don't feel satisfied until... I guess I never really feel satisfied because I always feel like there's another level that I can get to. Maybe that's the gamer in me coming out going, well, that's a good score, but I bet I can top it.
I see.
So there's that for me, and that's a lot of my drive, is trying to always top where I am and get better and continually grow. And I feel like if I just go, well, yeah, I'm proud, I'm content, then that's when I start to lose the quality that I have.
I see.
Like, the moment that I'm perfectly okay with where I am is the moment I feel like I stop trying to get better than what I am.
It's like Goku from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
There's always room to improve, almost.
Yeah, there we go. I'm like Goku.
Just not that strong.
Yeah. Well, one thing that...
And he didn't die and come back to life a couple times.
I have a subscriber who I'm going to give a shout out to, Viking. He's a great subscriber of mine, who actually said something that was quite profound.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking through it. I found it right here. Creative work is often compared to raising offspring, and it's difficult, but it certainly isn't considered optional. A mother doesn't have to consider whether or not feeding her child is worth it, but few have considered that. And while it's an easy decision, it's also rewarding. And because parents care, the child grows up. Such is the way of art. We put forth effort, and we hope to reap reward. That's not to say we don't enjoy it, but it's also a lot of work. I've thought about what I want to say, what I do, what I record. I've edited. I've deleted my videos. I've deleted the work that I've done. I've restarted that work. I've gone through the entire process all over again. It's been difficult. And I did it not because I was overjoyed at the prospect of creating this art, but in hopes that it'll bear fruit and touch someone. And that's something that actually has stuck with me, because it's true that what we do, we get a certain level of enjoyment out of, but we also do it because the reward that we get is undeniably enjoyable.
Yeah. Being able to reach out to such an audience of YouTube that they've offered it is very rewarding. Like Woody's gamertag, the size he's at, and the size that White Boy is at, and White Boy 7th Street, and the size that FPS Rush is at, it's quite. I think it's a gift. First off,
like, it is.
Vsauce has 1 million views on on 75 or above % of his videos. That's a gift. You're reaching out to such an amazingly broad, across the world kind of YouTube community, and that's a gift. It is a gift we of human beings have created.
Yeah. All right. So, do we want to end on that kind of uplifting, inspirational note?
Best way to end the podcast.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This is Foster the Canadian saying see
Farts
ya.
and lasers.
And GreyShamrock saying
PJ was here.
Yeah. He was here.
He took my outro. I don't know what to do now.
I'm going to call the cops on him. I'm
stuck in limbo.
I'll get our scuffalacious. We'll go after him.
All right. Let's go get him.
Yeah. Pro Podcast episode 1.5.